The story of Musa begins in Egypt, at a time when Pharaoh ruled with great oppression. Pharaoh feared the growing number of the children of Israel. He ordered that all newborn boys from them be killed. This is mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas, verse 4. Here we see how fear and arrogance lead rulers to cruelty. But no matter how powerful someone appears, Allah's plan is always greater. During this difficult time, Allah inspired the mother of Musa. She was told to place her baby in a basket and set him afloat on the Nile River. This test of faith was heavy, but her trust in Allah was stronger. This is found in Surah Al-Qasas, verses 7 to 9. Imagine the fear of a mother letting go of her child into a river. Yet this teaches us that when we trust Allah fully, He protects in ways we can't imagine. The basket floated into the palace of Pharaoh. There, Pharaoh's wife saw the baby and felt love and mercy. She convinced Pharaoh to keep the child and raise him as their own. In Surah Al-Qasas, verse 9, she says, "Perhaps he may benefit us, or we may adopt him as a son." This moment reminds us that Allah can place mercy even in the hearts of those living in places of oppression. Musa grew up in the palace, but he never forgot his true people. One day, defending one of his people, he accidentally caused the death of an Egyptian man. Fearing Pharaoh's punishment, Musa fled Egypt. This part of the story is mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas, verses 14 to 21. From this, we learn that even when mistakes happen, turning back to Allah and seeking His forgiveness brings guidance. In the land of Madian, Musa helped two women draw water from a well. Later, he was invited to stay with their family and married one of them. This is mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas, verses 22 to 28. Here, Allah rewards Musa's kindness and good character with a home, a family, and peace after hardship. Years later, while traveling back to Egypt with his family, Musa saw a fire on Mount Sinai. Allah spoke to him and appointed him as a prophet. He was commanded to return to Pharaoh and call him to worship Allah alone. This event is mentioned in Surah Taha, verses 9 to 24. It is a reminder that sometimes we are guided back to the very place we fled from, but this time with purpose and strength from Allah. Musa, along with his brother Harun, returned to Egypt. They bravely stood before Pharaoh, delivering the message of truth. Pharaoh rejected their words with arrogance. This is found in Surah Taha, verses 43 to 56. Allah gave Musa clear signs and miracles. His staff turned into a serpent, and his hand shone with a bright light. Still, Pharaoh refused to believe. This is mentioned in Surah Al-A'raf, verses 107 to 108. From this, we see that no matter how clear the truth is, arrogance can block the heart from accepting it. After many warnings, Allah commanded Musa to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. They escaped at night, but Pharaoh and his army chased them. This is found in Surah Ash-Shu'ara, verses 52 to 68. When they reached the sea, the people felt trapped, but Allah commanded Musa to strike the sea with his staff. The sea parted, creating a clear path. Musa and his people crossed safely. When Pharaoh and his army followed, the sea closed upon them, and they were destroyed. Allah describes this moment in Surah Ash-Shu'ara, verse 63. Then we inspired to Musa, "Strike the sea with your staff," and it parted, and each portion was like a great towering mountain. This teaches us that even when escape seems impossible, Allah makes a way. The story of Musa shows us the power of trust, patience, and standing firm in truth. It teaches that no matter how powerful a tyrant seems, Allah's justice always prevails. And it reminds us that tests in life are not meant to break us, but to build our faith. Just as Allah guided Musa through fear, exile, and return, He guides us too, as long as we stay connected to Him. May Allah allow us to learn from the story of Musa, to trust His plans, and to remain patient and strong through every trial. Peace and blessings be upon all the noble prophets.